One of the algebra properties that we use extremely frequently throughout the course is something called the distributive property. You'll use this property all the time, not only through the rest of this algebra class, but every subsequent math class you'll take from here on out. It's just something that we see every day on a daily basis. And what it handles is when you have one term that's being multiplied times a few terms that are being added or subtracted. And here's how it works. Basically what you're going to do is you'll take the term that's being multiplied, the single term, and you will distribute that term to everybody in the sum or the difference. And so when this is applied, you would get the quantity A times B, and then plus whatever the sign of your operation is here, plus or minus, A times C, and you're done. You can drop the parentheses once the distributive property has been applied. So a very light example would be something like this. 2 times the quantity x minus 3, for example. So here I've got the distributive property because I have a single term that's being multiplied times x minus 3. So I'll distribute the 2 to the x and the 2 to the 3. So our final answer will be 2x minus 2 times 3, which is 6. All right, so that's how we'd apply the distributive property. Let's look at a couple more involved examples. Here's one. We've got 5 times the quantity 2y minus 3 plus y minus 5. So here's where the distributive property is clearly happening because we've got a 5 times a quantity that's being subtracted. So we'll take 5 times 2y and we'll take 5 times 3 and we'll subtract these. 5 times 2y would be 10y, and then minus 5 times 3 makes 15. We still have the plus y and the minus 5, but then we're not quite done yet because then we have to look for any like terms to see if this can be simplified. I do see that I've got 10y and a plus y here, so that'll give me 11y. And then I have minus 15 and minus 5. That'll give me minus 20. So I've applied the distributive property and I've simplified my answer. All right, let's look at one more example here. 9 minus 2 times the quantity x plus 1. So this is, I put this example in here on purpose. This is probably where the most common mistake happens when you're talking about distributing. A lot of students forget that a negative sign would be distributed to all the terms inside the sum or difference. So in this case, we're distributing negative 2. So here we'd have 9 minus 2x minus 2. Combine the like terms of 9 minus 2, that makes 7 minus 2x, and we're done. So anyways, hopefully that helps you understand the distributive property.